All right, Crossroads. After today's meeting with you all, where we ran into the fiasco with iPads and stuff like that, I decided I'm going to remake my video. So here is the video for you, customized. It's the Crossroads specific approach to number talks using Desmos, because it incorporates the option to do a social emotional learning slide, which I think our community at Crossroads really benefit from. So let's get started and we're going to see how we do. All right, so first off, you'll notice I named this thing now Crossroads Number Talk Template. So that's your template, super easy. Now, how did I get there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of quit out. I'm going to open up my browser and I'm going to go to teacher.desmos.com. And when I zoom in, you'll notice it says teacher.desmos.com. And then you know I'm logged in because my name is in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to click on Custom. At some point, you're going to have to, you're going to add, I'm going to give you the link to this document, this thing right here. And what you're going to do once you've found it, you're going to go over here to the three dots and you're going to click copy and edit, because you want a copy of the template. You don't want to edit the template itself. So you're going to copy and edit. And way up in the top, upper left-hand corner, you're going to click that link and you're going to rename it. Let's call it Number Talk. Let's call it 53 minus 28. So there's our number talk. And I'm going to click Save. Now at this point, you'll notice I only have one slide. And if I were to click Preview, it would be the one, this is the number talk slide. This is where the number talk itself is going to go. Okay, I'm going to X out in the upper right-hand corner. Now what I need is that I want to add in that second slide, which is the social and emotional learning. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top of my screen. I'm going to click the plus button to add a new tab to my browser. I'm not going to click the plus sign here. I'm going to click the plus sign up above to open up a new tab in my browser. And I'm going to go to teacher.desmos.com again. So now I've got two tabs. This is the number talk I'm creating. The second tab is the one that I'm going to click on Starter Screens. And this is where I'm going to find the check-in screen that I want to use. And if I'm going to click on Screens for checking in, and I'm not going to lie, this is one of my favorite ones right here. Now, these are all the preview. I'm in student preview mode down here. If I click on any one of them, I can still hit the next button and navigate slide 3, slide 4. And these are all my options. I'm going to go to this one. I really like this one, where the student will tell you where to put the dot based on how that student is feeling. Positive or negative, energetic or tired. And then maybe the student will say, well, I'm kind of positive, but I'm super tired because I had a late night last night. Great. And then over here, the student might also tell you what to type. So this is the one I want to use. So what I'm going to do is way up here next to Student Screen Preview, I'm going to click on the Copy This Screen button. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go back to my very first tab that has my number talk, and I'm going to do Control V. If you have like a Windows or a Chrome, I'm going to do Command V if I have a Mac. So you're going to do Control V, and wha-bam, it pastes in that social and emotional learning slide, but I don't want it to be second, so I'm going to click and drag it to first, because I want my social and emotional learning to be first, then I want my number talk to be second. Once I've done that, all I have to do is go to the upper right-hand corner, click Publish, and my number talk is renamed. I can see down here in the preview that I have two slides. The first one is the social and emotional learning. The second one is the number talk. I'm now ready. So here's what I'm going to do. Next to the Assign button, I'm going to click the down arrow. And and I'm going to click student session code, where I'm going to make it active for 2 weeks. I have to, because it's going to take me at least 1 week to see all of my students. So I'm going to click 2 weeks to keep it active, and I'm going to click create invitation code. And here we go. So now, anytime I have a student who comes in, so I'm now set up. So I might do that Monday morning before my first student arrives at school. And so when my very first student comes in, it takes me seconds to get going. When my very first student comes in, I'm going to navigate and find this page. If I've lost where this page is, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm totally out. I'm going to open up my Chrome browser, and I'm going to go to teacher.desmos.com. When I click on custom over here on the left, there's my number talk right there. Number talk 53 minus 28. So I'll click on it. And when my first student walks in, I'm going to go down here, and I could click on view dashboard. In fact, let me do that. I'm going to click on view dashboard, and there it is. This is the code right here in the middle that I'm going to copy. And I need to go to my iPad, because we're going to get that iPad thing working. And I'm going to go to my iPad, and I'm going to switch over on my camera here. And now I've switched over to my iPad right there. And I'm going to click on the Safari, and I'm going to go in the browser, and somehow magically, I don't know how it does it, it has copied and that code, even though I was on the computer. And I'm going to click go on my iPad, and I am not going to sign in with Google. And rather, I'm going to click that button that says sign in, continue without signing in, right down there. And I'm going to type in my student's name. So in this case, let's do Max Million. I'm going to do Maximilian. I don't even know if that's how you spell Maximilian. Let's just say it's Maximilian. All right. So there you go. And I'm going to click go. Now, I'm going to do the writing for my student. My student is never going to touch a device. And I'm going to, there it is. There's my 2 slides. Look at that. I'm going to slide 1, slide 2. So slide 1. Hey, Maximilian, how you doing? Great. I am so glad that you are super positive and super energetic. Where do you want me to put your dot? And Maximilian will say, I'm kind of positive, but not super energetic right there. Good. And then you might even ask him, hey, Maximilian, why? How are you feeling that way? Oh, my birthday is tomorrow. My birthday is tomorrow. And then, there you go. It's like, what more can you get, man? And we're treating these kids like, not that you don't already treat them like humans, but they love it, this kind of social and emotional learning. I'm going to click submit. And then in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to click next to go to my number talk. And if I've forgotten what the number talk is, it's up there in the upper left-hand corner. It's 53 minus 28. So I say to Maximilian, hey, Maximilian, while I'm writing your name, I want you to be thinking about what is 53 minus 28. How do you get 53 minus 28 in your head? So as he's thinking, I'm typing in his name, Maximilian, and I'm going to hit submit. And why? Because then his name shows up, and I think that's kind of cool. And then I lost. Okay, and then I'm going to listen to Maximilian. Maximilian is going to say something. He's going to say, well, the way I thought about 53 minus 28 is I pretended it was 53 minus 30, and I got 23, but I subtracted too many. I subtracted too much, so I have to give it back. And so the final answer is 25. You're like, all right, way to go, Maximilian. And then if Maximilian wants to add to his thinking, he can add to his thinking here. more often than not, the kid can generally is going to say, oops, I misspelled add. I don't know how that happened, but you get the idea. Add. Goodness gracious, go away. Oh, I know, because I was clicking on my keyboard. I'm on my iPad right now. Oh, what a goofball I am. Add to his thinking, and you hit submit, and you're officially done. That's all there is to it. So now, that entire process for you and Maximilian probably took about 3-4 minutes. Super, super short, and you're done. You're ready to move on to your next thing with Maximilian. Talk about history, talk about homework, talk about Apex, all that sort of stuff. Now, let's kind of go back to another, let's go to my screen, a different, how do I get it? Oh, there we go. And so I'm going to go back, and I'm going to, look at that. There's Maximilian, and I can even double click and see Maximilian's work right here. So let's log out. And now let's pretend it's another student, a brand new student. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my browser. So where is my little browser? And there is my browser. And let's go back to teacher.desmos.com. Now this time I might have Julie. And I go, hey, Julie, welcome. Man, it's so good to see you. I'm going to go over here to custom while I'm chit-chatting with Julie. I'm going to open up my number talk 53 minus 28. And as I'm making little chit chat with Julie, I'm going to click on view dashboard. And there is my student code. Okay. All I'm going to do is grab it. Now this time, I'm going to show you what it might look like in the browser in case you don't get your iPad working. Okay. I'm going to open up a new tab and I'm going to paste in. I'm going to do Control V. And I'm going to paste in that code that I just copied. And right here, no, this is not Dwayne Habecker. This is Julie, and I'm going to click go. And so now I'm going to say, hey, Julie, how you doing? Give me how you feeling? And then Julie might say, okay, I don't know. I'm a little negative and a little tired. Okay, good. There you go. In fact, let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And Julie might say something here. She might say something here. And then I'm going to hit submit. And then I'm going to hit the next button. And I'm going to say, hey, Julie, I want you to look at 53 minus 28. And I want you to be thinking about 53 minus 28. Tell me when you're ready to share your thinking. And then Julie, and as Julie is thinking, that gives me time to type in her name. Julie's ready. And she might say, well, 53 minus 28. Now, this is why you want to work on getting your iPads working, because writing with a mouse is lousy. So 53 minus 28. So Julie might say, well, first thing I did was I did 53, take away 20, because that's pretty easy. And that gives me 33. And then I'm going to take that 33 and I'm going to take away 3. Whoa. 3. And that gives me 30. Oh, my pen. I can't write with the mouse. And then it's going to be, then I'm going to take that 30 and take away the final 5 that I'm supposed to take away. And that's how I got 25. And Julie might say, and I know I did it. I took away 28 because there's my 20, 3, and 5. And that's how I know I took away 28. Great. And then I, as the teacher, I'm documenting Julie's thinking. That was me doing all the writing, not Julie. And then I might say, hey, Julie, do you have anything else you want to add? Nah, she says, great. And I click submit, and I am officially done. And then I can zone out and log out of Chrome. But I will show you, look at this, look what's going on. My roster is growing, and eventually all of my students are going to show up down here. When I click on the slide, I can see all of my students' work right there on the same screen. It's just a really, really, really powerful way for students to show their thinking. It's a good way for us to connect with students on another level with that social and emotional thing. Man, this is just, it's a hopeful option for doing number talk. So let's continue this conversation. Let's continue figuring out how we can make number talks with the social and emotional component a commonplace occurrence at Crossroads. Maybe not with Desmos. Maybe we'll have to come up with another solution. But let's try this Desmos for a while.